I'm Kathy Schaefer, and this is Parents Corner on AACPS TV. Each month we talk about a topic of interest to parents like us. This month we focus on charter schools. Since 1991, 43 states and the District of Columbia have approved the formation of charter schools. At the close of the 2015 school year, 6,700 public charter schools served about 2.9 million students throughout the country. How do our local charter schools compare? What makes them different, and how can parents decide if a charter school is right for their student? We spoke with Patrick Crain, Senior Manager of Charter Schools for AACPS, to explain. Thank you so much for coming in today. Can you tell us a little bit about your role with AACPS?
Yeah, so currently I serve as a Senior Manager for Alternative Programs, and I work under the Alternative Education umbrella, and that includes charter schools, contract schools, other alternative placements, and I work every day to support our charter, contract school, and alternative schools to make sure that they're successful.
Great. And what exactly, could you tell us, what is the difference between a charter school and a contract school? What are they?
So a charter school is governed by state law, which mandates several requirements that a school has to have in order to be legally compliant as a charter school. A contract school isn't there aren't requirements dictated by law. It's more of a school that we sort of negotiate with the operator on flexibilities to create a school that works for us and for the operator. So for example, charter schools by law have to be open to everybody in a county, whereas a contract school does not. So what we can do is we can set up contract schools to identify certain populations from certain parts of the county to reduce overcrowding, to offer school choice in certain areas, and so that's been able to work strategically for us.
Sure. And what are the different contract and charter school opportunities currently in the county, if parents were looking?
Right, so currently we have 2 charter schools. We have Chesapeake Science Point Charter School, which is a 6 through 12 charter school in Hanover, Maryland, and we have Monarch Glen Burnie Charter School, which is a K through 8, and we have a contract school which is in Laurel. It's Monarch Global, and that's a K through 8 as well.
Okay. And as parents are maybe looking at their alternative options, are there particular types of students that would do well at a charter or contract, and on the flip side, particular types of students that may not thrive there?
We feel like everybody can be successful in a charter or contract school. Our schools really are set up to educate all students, regardless of ability or interest. Obviously, our charter and contract schools have specific models or areas that would be of certain interest to certain students. So for example, with Chesapeake Science Point, they're a math, science, engineering school. Okay. So we feel like students that choose that school should be interested in the math and science fields. In terms of International Baccalaureate Primary Years Program, Monarch Global is an IB/PYP school, so certainly we feel like students should be interested, or parents should be interested in sending their child to a school that has that as an educational model. So while we educate all students and we feel like everyone would be successful, I think you would be more successful if you're choosing that school based on your interest.
Sure, sure. And what is the application process? Are there deadlines associated with that? Where would parents go to look for application forms, or how does that process work?
Yeah, so it's a very simple process. It's all online, and right now the deadline runs from October 10th through December 16th. And if you go to Anne Arundel County Public Schools.org and you go to the charter school webpage, there's a link to fill out the online application. And it's a very simple form to fill out. It won't take more than a few minutes. You just simply log in, you fill out the form, you choose your school. You can choose multiple schools if you want to. And as long as you get that filled out between the enrollment window, then you'll be included in the lottery for enrollment, which runs mid-January. Usually results are back by the end of January. So again, with our charter and contract schools, if more students apply than we have seats available, we do have to run a lottery. Okay. And so that usually takes another month or so to get those results from our deadline window.
And what are enrollment numbers? What sort of class sizes are we talking about?
Our class sizes vary. So again, we have some schools that have maybe 15 to 20 students in a class. We have some schools that have a little bit more. Usually the enrollment window really is at that entry grade level. So for example, with our two Monarch schools, since they're K to 8, the big entry point is kindergarten.
Okay.
And so if you get in kindergarten and you go all the way through, you may have students that leave from time to time, but you're primarily, those are where we're going to take the most students each and every year. Chesapeake Science Point, 6 through 12, sixth grade is generally going to be the entry point for most students. And so you can still apply if your child is at the upper grade levels, but the greater chances are going to be at that entry point.
Getting in at the entry point?
Correct.
Okay. And there is a new Monarch school opening in Annapolis.
That's correct. That's exciting.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
And so can you tell us a little bit about that? And also, obviously the entry period for that would be kindergarten, but that school only goes up to 5th grade, correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
So Monarch Annapolis, which is an exciting new opportunity for families that live in the Annapolis cluster, it's going to be a kindergarten through 5th grade school. Okay. And so that school, again, is going to be a contract school, and we designed that to alleviate the overcrowding in some of our schools in the Annapolis area. But additionally, it offers school choice to parents in the Annapolis area. Currently, as you know, our 3 schools that we've talked about previously are not in the southern part of the county.
Yeah.
And so we thought Annapolis, they really needed another school of choice down there. And so this will provide those parents with an opportunity.
Okay.
But, you know, in the first year, since it's going to be, we haven't taken any students before, there'll be plenty of opportunities in kindergarten through 5th grade for all families.
Okay. And will curriculum be any different than a parent would find in a school, say for example, like Hillsmere? Testing, is all of that run the same throughout the grade levels?
There are some similarities and there are some differences. The similarities is obviously every student has to take PARCC.
Yep.
And so all of our schools statewide, whether you're a charter school, whether you're a traditional school, have to take PARCC. So all of our students will do that. But there are some flexibilities in the curriculum. Again, we talked about some of our schools are PYP, some of our schools are math and science, some of our schools are expeditionary learning. And so that is part of being a contract in a charter school, is you do have some flexibility over the programming and over the curriculum that you do use. But ultimately, they're all accountable to the state and to the PARCC exam. So how they get there, that's where the flexibility remains. But at the end of the day, they are accountable for results, and so they have to achieve at a very high level. We don't dictate how they get there, we just expect them to get there.
Okay. And because it only goes up to 5th grade, will that affect applications for Annapolis students for IB at Annapolis Middle School or for arts at Bates?
Not at all. Not at all. Again, even though it's a contract school, it's still an Anne Arundel County public school, so we treat the students the same way we will if they went to Annapolis Elementary School, if they went to Mills Parole. They have equal opportunity to apply to the magnet programs in that area, just like any other student would.
Okay, great. And no tuition?
No tuition.
No tuition?
No tuition. Again, it's a public school, so there's no fees to parents.
Okay, and how about transportation? Will there be buses available?
There will be transportation available.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, great. And if parents are looking for more information, where would they go to find more information?
Yeah, there's several different places. The first and foremost, again, is to log on to AACPS.org and go to the charter school page, and there's plenty of information about our contract and charter schools there.
Okay.
But they can also go to the school web pages as well, and you can access those through the charter school page.
Okay. What would be the biggest takeaway that you would want parents to know about charter or contract schools as they were making their considerations and looking at options, whether or not it's an incoming kindergartner or someone who is already up through the system and the parents may be thinking we just are looking for possibly a change?
I would say do your homework and learn as much about the schools as possible. I would think that for most parents, it just offers another choice for them to look into. And for many parents whose kids have an interest in math, science, engineering, have an interest in hands-on learning, schools could be a good fit. And so I think the more they know about the schools, the better choices they can make for their children.
Great. And do you have sort of your teaching staff in place yet for the Annapolis Monarch, or you're still taking applicants for that?
Well, we have our principal in place,
Okay.
and she will probably start the hiring process sometime in February.
Okay.
And we're really excited to have Sue Meyer on board,
Okay.
and think she's going to do a terrific job. She's homegrown. She's from Anne Arundel County. She's was a principal in the Annapolis area for many, many years, so she knows the area. She knows the families, she knows the kids, and so she'll do a phenomenal job.
Great, great. And did you say that the application deadline for that particular location was different than the other
It
locations?
is going to be a little bit different. It's going to start a little bit later because it's a new school, so it'll start sometime closer to December 1st.
Okay.
And it'll run through probably late January,
Okay.
early February.
Okay. And again, once you fill up, it would move then to a lottery system as well.
That's
if
correct.
If it filled.
Yes.
Okay. And all of the information is still available on the website.
Yeah, if you go to, again, Anne Arundel County Public Schools.org and go to the charter school page, there's a plethora of information there
Okay.
for parents as well.
If parents were looking to take a look at the facility and get a tour, will those be available at some point? I know you're probably still in sort of a construction phase over there because it went into the old Capitol building,
Right.
and building that up and turning it into a school facility. But if parents were interested in taking a look as they're considering options for next year, are tours available at some point?
Tours aren't available yet.
Okay.
They probably won't be available until the use and occupancy permit is granted,
Yeah.
and so that probably won't be till mid to late summer.
Okay.
Now, they can obviously drive by
Yeah. And
It's-
look at the building.
and look where the building is going to be. But what a lot of parents have done is they've gone to Monarch Glen Burnie or Monarch Global to take a look at those schools, because this school, again, is going to be operated by the same operator as those two schools. So the interior of the school will look very similar to what those schools look like. So to get a feel for that, we've encouraged parents to go look at the other two schools.
Okay. And what about after-school clubs at your contract and charter schools? Because I know, just coming through the other public schools, there are opportunities for those particular interests. Is it the same?
It's the same.
Okay.
And again, Chesapeake Science Point is a high school, so just like other high schools, they do have after-school
Athletics,
and
okay.
clubs and activities, and our other K-8 schools have plenty of clubs and activities for students as well.
Great. Well, it all sounds like great alternative options to look into. So anything that we didn't talk about or missed, or you'd like to say as we close?
No, I would just, I would say to parents, there are several open house dates coming up.
Okay.
And so they're listed online as well.
Okay.
And I would just encourage parents to get as much information about the schools as possible before the application deadline is up, and to get out to the schools, talk to the teachers, see kids in action, meet the principal, and be able to make a good decision based on that information.
Great. Everything you do, no matter where you go, still applies.
Yes?
Good. Well, thank you so much for being here.
Okay, you're welcome.
Great. I'm Kathy Schaefer, and this was Parents Corner. Email us at parentscornertv@gmail.com with feedback or comments. And like our Facebook page to stay up to date on show topics. Thanks for watching.
Hi, I'm Jody Rissy, the Supervisor of Food and Nutrition Services and the host of Food for Thought. Today, I come to you with exciting news about school meals. School meals offer students a healthy school breakfast and lunch. This year, we will continue to meet and exceed federal and state nutrition standards for school meals, ensuring that all meals are well-balanced, provide students with the nutrition they need for academic success. Every day, students are offered unlimited choices of fruits and vegetables. Students are encouraged to select up to 2 cups of fresh produce each day from one of our unique salad bars in Anne Arundel County. You may also monitor your child's school meals account online at My Payments Plus. This is a convenient tool that Anne Arundel County Public Schools offers all parents to make managing school meal accounts a simple process for you, your child, and the school. To learn more about My Payments Plus, simply visit mypaymentsplus.com or call 877-237-0946. Registration is free and quick, so get started today. Each year, families have the ability to apply for free or reduced price meals. The application to apply is online. Parents, you may log on to applyformeals.aacps.org. The process is fast, easy, convenient, and it's accessible from any computer. Remember, if you received meal benefits last year, you must complete a new application each school year. If you have any questions regarding the application, please call 410-222-5900 and we will assist you. If you need assistance with the Spanish application, please contact the bilingual facilitator from your school. Thank you for this opportunity to provide you the valuable information pertaining to school meals. All students in Anne Arundel County have access to a nutritious breakfast and lunch on a daily basis. These meals fuel their brains and bodies for academic excellence. If you have any questions regarding the healthy school meals offered in Anne Arundel County Public Schools, please contact me directly at 410-222-5900. Thanks again, and continue to watch AACPS TV and tune into the next segment of Food for Thought.